quite a lot to say about this topic. So it's like a big, massive information, and I'm gonna try and be methodical. But knowing me, it'll be a big, massive information. So I would like to talk about energetic protection, leaky auras, quality of your energy. How do you know what quality of energy you have? What to do if you have a leaky, perforated, sieve-like aura. Hello, Christine, John, Neil. Happy Sunday. I've had a really quiet Sunday, really, quiet weekend actually, recharging, so that's been nice. And yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a couple of days actually, and I kept getting sidetracked. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so how do you know the quality of your energy or protection of your energy? So maybe in the more spiritual or energy healing circles, you might have heard of people talking about like auras and leaky auras and that kind of thing. I'm just going to go into like a bit more detail about what that actually means. So if ever you felt, let's say, tired when you wake up, but consistently, that you have okay energy maybe in the morning, but John says hello to you. I've been dancing all night and I think I leaked. Oh dear. Pull yourself back together. Okay. So, okay, concentrate, Sarah. There's so much. So you feel like, have you ever felt like you might have some energy in the morning, let's say, but by the afternoon it's wiped out, and it's like that all the time, and you're like, oh my god, this is not sustainable. Or you can get easily irritable because you don't have enough energy, so everything becomes difficult. I used to I call it seeing purple. So instead of seeing red and being angry, it was like frustrated at all the things you have to do, just not having enough energy to do it. Or feeling like so, I mean, some people might be sensitive enough to feel like they're losing their energy, but I think other times you might call it something else. So like just being consistently tired, irritable, you feel everyone's energy. You're like walking through a crowded space and you're feeling it's just overwhelming, the amount of emotion you're feeling from other people, the amount of you feel there's someone angry over there and like it troubles you, like get anxious. So other people's energy actually infiltrates your field. It actually feels like it gets into your body and it's triggering certain information in your system. So you can get into like fright and flight just from being near people that are in a mood or angry or whatever. So you're feeling everyone's stuff. So you could you call yourself an empath. But I think there's a line, like you're an empath and I'm an empath, and I use that every day in my work. But there's a line that's crossed when you're really feeling everyone's stuff and it's to the detriment of yourself, and that you can't shake it off afterwards. So if you've ever had the experience, let's say you're a therapist or a teacher or, like a massage or yoga or something like that, so you're working with people's energy or bodies, and the next day you're feeling all your clients' stuff, or you just feel exhausted afterwards. That is like classic sign that your energy field is weakened on some level. There's also this sense of not really knowing where you end and other people begin. I said that the right way around. There's a sense that just that you're just not able to keep yourself together. And maybe you've seen it on the street when you look at people. So as you practice looking at energy, learning about the quality of people's energy, I see it quite physically when someone's energy is low, like they look kind of ashen somewhere, maybe like dark circles under the eyes and just like tired, and like there's not enough energy going in. The cup is not full. It's just getting emptier and emptier and emptier, because if the cup is full of holes, it doesn't matter how much love and self-love and good food and everything you put in, it's not going to necessarily increase like the resilience of your energy. You'll build up your energy. So it's almost like there's just like permanent leaks, and no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem, you don't fill up. And What else is there? I wrote some things in. Oh, like you've maybe noticed that you have some like boundary, that you don't really have boundaries. You don't really understand boundaries. Maybe you allow a lot of people or things or feelings and emotions or thoughts into your field that maybe you don't really want, but you're not really sure how to get rid of it. There's just having a leaky aura is hard work. And the ways that this can happen, so things that cause a leaky aura, let's just call it that, is heartbreak, emotional trauma, shock, accidents, car accidents, fall down the stairs, that, a jolt to the system, periods of depression, drug and alcohol abuse, any mental, physical, emotional, spiritual shock to the system, something that's rattled you, something that's like shook you up, can really, really have a very powerful impact on your energy field. In that it can cause it to be displaced, it can cause it to frazzle. Another thing that can cause it is having high frequency children around you all the time. So crystal and indigo children have a higher frequency than us grown-ups with their old aura. And so being around your own children can be really challenging if you have a leaky aura. So their energy is naturally kind of trying to upgrade you, but it's almost like too much fire coming from them, and it's literally like frazzling or burning through your energy field. So if ever you're a parent or a teacher or something, and you're around your grandchildren and you're like, I can't cope more than an hour or two before I need to like retreat, then you might have a weakened energetic field. So what can you do about it? And that's where aura transformation really had a huge impact on me, because I had no aura whatsoever left. I had consistently blown my aura up over 10 years of living the high life, working and playing very hard. And so there was drugs and alcohol involved, but there was also plenty of heartbreak and that kind of thing. And I just pushed myself so hard that I literally burnt my own aura off. Then I also had a high frequency chart. I had my daughter, so that increased it. And in the end, I just felt like I was a losing battle with myself. And if ever you've seen any of my before and after pictures, you can really see what having no aura looks like. If you look at the skin, the tone of the skin, it's almost depixelating. Like, I'm not solid. I'm not like, and when your energy isn't in your body, then you're out of your body on some level. So that's a kind of different topic though, like the higher self being, soul fragmentation and all that. I mean, obviously it's all linked, but what I really wanted to talk about today is the etheric layer of the aura, the protective layer of the aura, and what that is like. And for, I think, so many people in today's world, the busyness, the crystal and indigo children everywhere, the frequency, the shift, the raise in consciousness, our bodies are like struggling to keep up with all of it. And we've pushed ourselves to the limit where our energy is, it's just not able to stay in our body. For me, I could really feel for me, weird things were happening as well because of what, this is also another topic, but having very weak energy protection. And I was I was already an energy worker, but without any training. And then when I started doing training, I was doing a lot more energy work on people, but I had no protection. So I was picking up everyone's stuff, and I was kind of waking up with my client's symptoms the next day and being like, that's just not right. I was walking down the street and there was an angry guy, and I walked past him, and I was quite jolly, and I walked past him like this, like just past, and then I had all these angry thoughts in my head, and I'm like, that's just ridiculous. Something's not right that I'm picking up things like that. I found it really hard to keep my energy up throughout the day. By the time I got home from work, I would be irritable, and then I'd be annoyed because I wasn't being the mum I'd like to be, and so on. I also just had no boundaries with people and friends, which proved difficult. And for me, it also really affected my sleep. as in I was having a lot of strange things happen. I don't think this is the case for everyone, but my particular story, and I'd like to do a live on this actually, because that is pretty weird. But I was having all sorts of, from what I've understood now, a lot of kind of entity action and visitations, and just, you know, lots of uncomfortable things happening to me in my sleep to do with like kind of energy vampirism and things like that. It was pretty nasty. So when I heard, actually one more thing before that. So also what I found was that I was trying to improve my energy, I was trying to improve my life, and I was doing a lot of emotional work and self-care work and detoxing and juicing and yoga and blah, 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 all this stuff. But it was helping to an extent. But if I didn't do this like whole military action of working on my energy every day, then if I didn't do it, then I would be back to square one and have no energy. So I, you know, basically I've learned now that I was building a temporary aura every day through self-practice and kind of dedication and all this energy work on myself. I was having to build a temporary aura, and if you become an aura mediator, someone that does aura transformation, then you have to learn to discern, like you can maybe see and feel that someone doesn't have an aura, but have they built a temporary one? Like it's basically a self-created sheath. And people work really hard every day. If you're having to wake up at 5 a.m. and meditate 3 hours and then do Reiki and then do this and do that, then it's likely that you don't have much protection anymore and that you're having to build it every day. And that is not sustainable, and it's a waste of time. And there is a way out there where you don't have to keep doing that. So I felt, after exploring all this and realizing that and at the time as well, I used to feel all my chakras popping open all the time, depending on what was going on, like anxiety or, you know, like, and then I'd have to close them down and do all this stuff. It was just not sustainable anymore. And I was getting tired of it. I was actually getting bored of having to do all this stuff every day to feel okay and normal. And when I heard about aura transformation, and it talks about this new energetic protection, a much denser energy field, the crystalline indigo aura just being far more protective, and really helps you keep your energy in and also to keep other energy out. And it completely changed my life, and I've done plenty of videos on the effects it's had on my life. But the one thing about having this new protective energy field is that you don't have to do that laborious self-practice. I spend a lot of time empowering people to really learn how to work with their energy, how to pull their energy in and send energy back, which is all part of how the aura is working, and it's you then mimicking and copying and helping the aura do its job. But it can take you minutes and moments to do it on a daily level. And my energy increased exponentially from there. And what's happening is, not only are you embodying your higher self into every cell, which means you're far more in your body, far more grounded. And when you're grounded in your body, when your energy is in your body and it's grounded, then you can actually make things happen in your life, because your energy is activating with the earth energy, and your purpose, your higher self, your purpose, your dharma is activated within the body. It's not floating around, hanging outside the body. But having the protection means that you don't have to waste time trying to build a temporary aura all the time, but you also you just have far more energy to really live the purpose or the life that you really want to live. And for me, it was like it pretty much was an overnight change in that. My daughter noticed within like 3-4 days that something was different. I had just so much more energy, and I was just able to be far more present with her. And in terms of the dreams and all the weird night stuff stopped as well, because I guess, this is for another video, because otherwise I'm going to go off on tangents. But because you're shifting dimensions and you're expanding your consciousness, and the new protection means that those things that were attaching to my energy field or able to infiltrate the energy field couldn't find me anymore, basically it's like you've been shifted. So that was a relief. So and since then, it's over 6 years now or something, I haven't had anything like that happen again. I have stopped coming out of my body. When I was asleep, I was always like out of my body. I was hitting the ceiling. I was always floating around, and lots of people think that's a great thing, and they practice, you know, a long time to learn how to lucid dream and astral project, and I was doing it involuntary every night, and it was exhausting, and that doesn't happen to me anymore, and I'm relieved. And just having so much more awareness of where my energy goes. So a lot of people, let's say you have no energy and you spend your life thinking about other people, worrying about the past, worrying about the present and the future, you're worrying outside of here and now, then you're dispersing your energy everywhere. So having an aura transformation gives you that protection, but also like it really gets into your system and your mind about responsibility, about your entanglements and your energy and your thoughts and where you put it. So yeah, I just learned over time so much about what I'm using my mind for, what I'm using my heart for, and putting it in like the right things that really matter to me and make a difference. But because I had no energy before, I couldn't change my life the way I was hoping to. I almost gave up hope on believing that I could have a different life. And then now I look back and I'm like amazed and grateful that I had a fresh start. I had a new start. And just becoming more and more embodied and having more and more energy within you and not on other people, and other people's energy not inside, you know, like you can actually separate out your energy and other people's energy, means that you can just get a lot more done. And you become a lot more energetically dense. So when your energy is denser, and we call it crystallizing, it means you're more solid. So that means that you have a lot stronger, thicker boundary, and other people's energy bounces off. So yeah, there's a lot to this, and I'm actually going to link an article I wrote about Is Your Aura Like a Sieve? I'm going to just, I took away the comments because I get all, oh, there's none, that's good. If anyone has any questions, please ask me questions. Let's get a bit interactive. Eliza says, I really relate to this. Thanks, Sarah. Hey, cool. So lots of people on. Nice to see you all. Natalia, Helen, Morag, nice. Yeah, so anyone has any questions or anything? I'm just going to look at see what I've written. Oh yeah, so when you have a weakened energy field, I'm going to kind of go backtrack a little bit, but if you have a weakened energy field, it's almost like any weaknesses in your DNA, your genetics, your ancestral imprints, they can kind of like run the show more. So it's almost like your energetic immune system is low, so all the crap can come up and other stuff can come in a lot easier. So having an aura transformation is really building up your energetic immune system. Yeah, I don't know if I actually got much more to say. Yeah. Oh, well, it just helps with your health as well, because if you spend, let's say you spend, 10, 15 years with no aura, and maybe you haven't learned how to build a temporary one, then it can affect your health, and then illnesses can happen. So this, I feel, so much more robust and resilient and healthier, and like glowing from the inside, because my energy is in my body and not leaking out into my environments. An interesting thing as well is if you have no aura, then you can sometimes become a bit of a dream jumper, and people might be saying like, oh, you were in my dream last night, or that friends often say that you're in each other's dreams. Then that might be because you're floating around, flying around out of your body, because you have no boundary. There's lots of very interesting things about this, but and just feeling more in your body and really feeling more here and now, it just brings you a lot more joy in life. So aura transformation is amazing if you are, a parent or a therapist of any kind, or if you know that you have no more energetic protection and that's been a problem, or that you have to do loads of self-practice just to get okay, then then yeah, aura transformation is perfect. If you go online to, well, there's my website withsarahj.com, which has loads of information. I never actually plug it because I think Facebook, you know, it, what do you call it? If you put your website in it, stop. If it has to be like an inside link to Facebook, otherwise what's the word? I've lost the word. But yeah, so withsarahj.com has loads of testimonials and loads of information. You can look up what kind of aura you have. You can look up what other people have said. Then as well, if you're interested, I'm going to start doing a series of interview chat things with people that have trained as aura mediators in the next few weeks. So there's one next week on Thursday at 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. with Rob, who trained a while back, and so we're gonna have a chat. And then I think Joel, who's in Liverpool, he's in London, Joel is in Liverpool, and there's a few others that have said that they want to do it. So that's gonna be interesting, I think. The next training to be an aura mediator is in November, and that is right after I come back from Taiwan, where I'm introducing aura transformation out there. And I'm gonna come back like a very fat crystal, I think, because I'm gonna do a lot of aura transformations out there. So there's a question, do you do these aura transformations via Skype? No, aura transformation has to be in person. And I do other work on Skype. I do my kinesiology packages, so we work in depth, and at the moment lots of people are coming to me with this whole visibility thing, and having an aura transformation increases your visibility massively, because if you're in your body and you're grounded and you're not leaking your energy, you're a lot more visible. And I also do heart retrievals on Skype. I did one recently in South Africa. And yeah, so I'm afraid aura transformation is in person. Eliza says, do you think ME is exactly this? I mean, I can't claim medical things, but I have often thought that those kind of chronic fatigue, and possibly ME, that kind of thing, is a weakened energy field. That is one of the possible reasons why. I'm sure there's plenty of things that happen in the cell, but I actually do wonder in my little musings that our energy field is like a cell wall. So looking at the resilience and health of your cells and how much light they allow in or how much light they allow out, and all of the energy cycles in a cell, if that mirrors, you know, what's going on in your energy field. And so yeah, I do think that there is a correlation, and I know that there has been some great success stories in that, but I'm not allowed to claim publicly that we can heal anything like that. So maybe you can maybe read some of my testimonials. You might see some people that have improved their conditions. But yeah, I think that there is an element of losing a lot of energy. Eliza, can you tell orally what ME is, please? She's asking what is ME. Any more questions? I mean, there's so much to say about aura transformation. I could go on for ages. I'm trying to do it in little bite sizes. You know, like I'm going to talk about the leaky aura part today. So that's the etheric layer. I was really lucky to actually see it. Well, I've learned to really see energy around people and observe, and I don't do it when I'm walking around the streets or at a party, so don't ask me. Everyone asks me that. I don't do it when I'm out in public or just having a good time, because I'd be seeing everyone's stuff. So I do it in a session or in a training, that kind of thing, or unless it's glaringly obvious. But you know, I've seen the etheric layer is very much like it's very close to the skin, and it's almost like a filament of light that's just around the body, and you know, if it's not there, you kind of know that there's just no more protection. But people can live without an aura. Basically, when it's like you can call that basically not having an aura anymore. And I'd say that 80% of the people that have aura transformation have been walking around with no aura for a very long time. Hi, Georgina. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Hi, Liz. anyone got any more questions about the energy field, or about the leaky aura, or being a dream jumper, or feeling frazzled by your kids, yeah, I'm happy to sit here. Well, if there isn't any more questions, I think I'm going to leave it there, because I think that was like a nice little nugget. I hope you all have a beautiful Sunday, and I look forward, yeah, just email me or message me if you're interested in aura transformation. I'll tell you more. There's a book to read called Balance on All Levels. If you want to have an aura transformation, that's the prerequisite. I also have videos. If you go to withsarahj.com, just scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there's a video series there. Or if you go on my Facebook videos, there's like 30 videos there on all sorts of stuff if you're interested. And if there's any new friends watching, because I seem to have had a massive amount of new friends recently. So yeah, there's new people. So hi, new people. I'm Sarah. And John says, thanks, love. I'll book by email. Have you got a waiting list? Well, not necessarily a waiting list, but I'm only, because I'm working these kinesiology packages and I'm only taking 8 people and I have 7 at the moment. So there's only room for 1 more. And then there's just, if there's room in between for an aura transformation, yes. But then soon things are going like, whoa, I'm possibly going to be in London to do the authentic relating training. I am then in Taiwan for 10 days doing loads of aura transformations, then, you know, and my daughter and all that. So there's not necessarily a waiting list, but I'll have to see where we can fit it in that works for both of us. But just get in touch. Let's just do it. You've been umming and ahhing for a while, John. Just do it. Hey, thank you for the hearts. And yeah, I'm gonna go, but please do like, share, leave a comment. Much appreciated. Lots of love. Bye.